The CPU and GPU are the most important components when it comes to gaming performance on a PC build. So, if you want to play at 4K resolution and you want the best CPU-GPU combo that you can get for your needs and your budget, this video is going to be for you. I'm gonna go over CPU-GPU combos that are as cheap as $500, which is actually a good price for a 4K resolution system, and as expensive as $2,000. I will explain everything as simple as possible. That way, if you are a beginner, you are able to understand what I'm saying, and you will have all the CPU and GPU combos down below in the video description. With that being said, let's start. With the first one, we have the cheapest combo if you want 60 plus FPS on average at 4K resolution. For the CPU, we have the AMD Ryzen 5 5600, and for the GPU, we have the RX 6800 non-XT with 16 gigs of VRAM. The total price for this CPU-GPU combo is $530, and as I said before, if you want to play at 4K 60 plus FPS on average most titles, this is going to be a great starting combo. But of course, it's going to depend on the game that you play and the settings, because some games, even at this resolution, with this CPU-GPU combo, you will be able to achieve more than 140 FPS on average, especially on easier to run titles. Moving on to the next one, we have a better combo in the Ryzen 5 7600 and the RX 7800 XT. This combo is $750 and it's going to give you better performance than the last one in both CPU demanding titles and GPU demanding as well. The 7800 XT is about 20% faster in rasterized performance than the RX 6800, and the Ryzen 5 7600 is a much better CPU than the Ryzen 5 5600, not only because it's faster, but also because you get a better platform, which makes the whole PC a more upgradable system. So if you want to play at 4K 70 plus FPS on average most games, this one is the one to go with, and on easier to run titles, you will be able to achieve more than 200 FPS on average. So if you want a 4K 144Hz monitor for these type of titles, this is also a really good combo, and you don't need anything more than this if those are the type of games that you play. With the next one, we have a 1025 CPU-GPU combo. We have the Ryzen 5 7600, so the same combo as the last one, but for the GPU, we get the RX 7900 XT. This one has 20 gigs of VRAM and is about 28% faster than the RX 7800 XT. You will be able to achieve really high FPS even at 4K, and for the most part, you are getting a GPU that will run any game at 4K 80 plus FPS on average on high to ultra settings. Really powerful for 4K, and it's more of a mid-range to high-end GPU-CPU combo. But if you're willing to spend more, you can get even a better option in the Ryzen 7 7700 for the CPU paired with the RX 7900 XTX, which is about 18% faster than the XT version. And this CPU-GPU combo is the sweet spot, in my opinion, for this resolution, since the Ryzen 7 7700 is going to be amazing for 4K, and you will be able to run CPU demanding titles at really high frame rates. And the 7900 XTX is the second fastest GPU on the market when it comes to rasterized performance. This CPU-GPU combo is expensive at $1,250, but in my opinion is the best one in terms of price to performance if you want a really high-end experience at 4K resolution and you want to run games at 100 plus FPS on average, even the high demanding games on high to ultra settings. With the next one, we have a $1,450 combo in the Ryzen 7 7800 X3D and the RTX 4080. The Ryzen 7 7800 X3D is the fastest CPU on the market, and it's not going to make any difference if you're going to play high demanding GPU titles. But if you like to play high demanding CPU games, then you will be getting better performance. And for the GPU, we have the RTX 4080. Now, the RTX 4080 performs about the same as the RX 7900 XTX, but the 4080 has better features such as DLSS 3, a better level of ray tracing performance, which might be important for you, and if you're a creator, it works better in most productivity softwares. If you're looking for the best price to performance gaming CPU-GPU combo for 4K, then the last one is much better than this one. But if you're looking for a more premium CPU-GPU combo with better features and also with a better CPU for more CPU demanding titles, then this one is your best option. And if you just want the best gaming performance no matter the price, because you're willing to spend anything to get the best PC, then you should get the same CPU, the Ryzen 7 7800 X3D and the RTX 4090. The RTX 4090 is the fastest GPU on the market for both rasterized performance and ray tracing performance. You also get the NVIDIA features, and it has no competition when it comes to performance. But as I said before, it's not the best in terms of price to performance, but it is in terms of overall performance. So this CPU GPU combo is expensive at $1,970 when I'm recording this video. Maybe it's a bit more expensive when you're watching. I highly recommend you checking the links in the description to see the latest pricing, but it is going to be an excellent CPU GPU combo for 4K resolution, and there's no limit on the game that you play, because on a 16 game average at 4K resolution it was able to average 140 FPS, and we are talking about games that are high demanding as well on high to ultra settings. So if you have the money and you do not mind spending it, then this might be a good option for you. Now, there are much more things that can bottleneck your system, so the CPU GPU combo is really important when it comes to gaming performance, but you need a power supply that will not explode your PC. You also need enough storage, enough RAM, a cooling system overall that will not bottleneck your thermals and in the long run damage your system. For that reason, I have a video on the best PC builds overall for every single budget and every resolution, and you will have that one in the top right of the screen. Those have no bottlenecks, so you don't have to worry about any other component. And if you have any question about PC builds or Prebuilt PCs, let me know in the comment section. I always try to reply as fast as possible. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.